What's going on, everybody? Hey, what's happening? If you're getting clients through referrals, first of all, well done. Excellent work. That means you're doing good work. But here's the uncomfortable truth. Referrals alone don't get you to the next level, and they can't protect your business from being forgotten. Hey, let's chat about it. Let me holla at a few of y'all in the chat. Let's see who is here hanging out with us. We got some people. Gary Jones Jr. on Instagram. Dr. Smoker, what's going on? So glad that you're here in the space, in the place. So good to see you. It is Friday afternoon, y'all. Do you believe this thing? All right, let's see who else is hanging out. Do me a favor, if you are with us, just type your name in the chat or just say what's up, so I know that you are with us today. Listen, welcome to the Influential Inbox, this series that I've been doing this week, answering questions from the inbox. Yeah, I just wanted to hear that end. We've been answering questions from the inbox that some of my audience members have been sending out to me. So, for example, this week we've talked about, what have we talked about this week? This week we've talked about clients ghosting you. We've talked about systems that you need to use in order to find information for questions that are important to your prospects, your audience. And so we've talked about all of those things. Hey, Catherine, how you doing? Catherine Lake Hogan, so good to see you. All right, so let's jump into this thing. It is Friday, and I won't be here late. That's why we're doing this a little bit earlier today. So if you want to know when I'm live, first of all, bam, do me a favor, text live to 240-557-8679. Text live to 240-557-8679 or 240-55-STORY. Yes, that's right. We telling stories, people. All right. So, let's see. Why are my things getting stuck? All right, we getting stuck. What's going on? Okay, yeah. Not cool. Not cool. That's all right. This is technology. That's okay. This is how we do it. So tonight's question comes from someone on my list who runs a successful business. All right. Everything's a little bit wonky. All right. Tonight's question comes from someone on my list who runs a successful, or this afternoon's question, who runs a successful business, and they may or may not need to do anything different from a sales perspective. Yeah. Here's the question. Hey, Sean Michael, so glad that you're here. So glad that you're on YouTube. Good to see you. All right. So here's the question. I get most of my clients from referrals. Why should I bother putting myself out there on video? Yeah, that's a good question. But before we address that question, I want to share with you the Amplify. Hold on one second, y'all. Something is happening crazy here on my system. Let me make sure what's going on. Let's see if we can quit some things. All right, hold on one second. Let me get back on screen so you don't think I disappeared on you. All right, let's quit some stuff. All right, let's see if we can make this work. All right, good. All right, I think we'll be able to make it through. All right, so before we address the question, let's talk about Amplify. I want to make sure that you know about the Amplify Your Voice with Video 3-day challenge, okay? Amplify Your Voice with Video 3-day challenge. We're running that from October, geez, I'm rushing y'all. From August 3rd, that's this Sunday, 6 p.m. through the 5th, all right? AmplifyVoiceandVideo.com. Go there to get the information. Let me walk you through the website itself so that you can get yourself signed up and know what we're talking about. Go to AmplifyVoiceandVideo.com. Yes, I'm trying to push all the right buttons, Sean. Yes, so I want you to go to AmplifyVoiceandVideo.com, click the button where it says join the challenge, And here is what we're doing. We're walking through, if you've ever had that feeling where you know that Robert is telling you that you need to be on video. You've seen other gurus. You've seen people on Instagram. You've seen people on TikTok. You've seen people on LinkedIn, on YouTube, all the tubes, all the places saying, hey, you know what, dude, you need to get on video, and you're just not listening to them because you're like, oh my gosh, I don't know what to say. I don't have time to figure out the tech. That is what we're walking through. Simple systems to use short form or long form video to generate leads in your business. If you are a real estate professional, small service-based business owner, this is the challenge for you. So day one, we're talking about finding your voice, why your story is your sales secret. Number two, day two, we're talking about confidence to camera, how to grab your confidence and then translate that to the camera. Have you ever known some of those people who in person, they're like phenomenal, charismatic, and then you put them in front of a camera and they become boring, right? We don't want that. So we're walking through how to do that on camera, day two. And then day three, video visibility engine, how to create a content plan that makes you go from invisible to, oh my gosh, dude, I see you everywhere. So that's what we're walking through on the Amplify Your Voice with Video Challenge. All right. So yes, Catherine already signed up. All right. Sean says 2025 is going by fast. I'm trying not to rush it, brother. I really am trying not to rush it. Oh yeah. All right. Hey, Gary Jones, I see you on whatchamacallit, Instagram. Thank you so much for saying hello. All right. I know what you're thinking. Business is working, right? Okay. Hey, y'all, I'm going to be distracted a little bit tonight. Here. But anyway, so let's lock in and being distracted by things. I should have do that. So just Michaela, you're thinking, dude, my business is working. If it ain't broke, right? And how many of you have heard somebody, or if we've spoken about business, or if maybe you're thinking about your own business and you've heard somebody say, yeah, I grow my business by word of mouth. Oh, I do good work and my clients tell me, yep, my clients share me with other people. And that's good. That's not a bad system. Here's the deal. Referrals are great. Here is why I say this. Well, sometimes you do great work to other people because they're hanging out with you, because they are doing they're able to and be in front of you. But what happens when a pandemic comes and nobody's outside? Or what happens when the weather is bad and you're not able to be outside? What if there is a blizzard and people are stuck at home? What if something happens that causes life to shift and change and you are unable, right, to do in-persons? What happens? Well, people can't refer you the same way when things are not the same as they normally are, right? And so what happens in those circumstances is that it's not, one second, things are jumping around on me right now. Oh, Lord have mercy. Oh, Lord have mercy. Oh yeah. All right. Well, you know what? Let me go. let me go a little bit different. All right. So let's see if we can push through this in spite of my cameras and everything kind of jumping around here on me. Yeah, this is what happens live, people. Technology sometimes. All right. So what happens when you are What happens when you're not able to refer or depend on word of mouth in the same way? Well, I want to walk through, or I want to reframe this a little bit here, right? Because referrals are not the only way to get business. As a matter of fact, there's some stuff that I think about referrals. If my system would allow me to show this to you, all right? Oops, it's got my stuff, secrets. Get out of here. Get out of here. All right, cool. All right, so let's go with number one. Referrals, I want to share three things why referrals are great until they aren't, okay? Referrals are reactive, not proactive, okay? Here's what I mean. Referrals depend on you being able to do something and then the client experiencing that thing, and then they may refer you or share. There are a couple of ways that happens. They may either spontaneously say with Sean, I did great, and share, or they may not say anything and you'll send out an email saying, hey, a referral is not, have that on the back of their card. The best ways to pay me are reactive and not proactive. Second item, you are depending on other people to talk about you. You're depending on other people to talk about you. And here's what happens when that happens. Here's what happens when you're depending on other people to talk about you. You're depending on them to talk about you one at a time. That's slow. That's a long process. That takes a while, right? And so if I'm talking to, or if I do great work with Sean and Sean tells one person or Sean tells two people, that's great. But I can't predict that. That may go slow. The other thing that I want to share is that it's, I said that word already, it's unpredictable. Okay. You cannot forecast it. It's one by one. Maybe Sean will do it. Maybe he won't. Or what if I'm in a season where I'm not getting a lot of business and then I've got to depend on one person or a group of people, a small group of people or former clients to share about me. So I'm making one by one phone calls to say, hey, how you doing? Can you refer me? This is the reason that I recommend using video. This is the reason that I recommend using video, because video doesn't replace referrals. Again, I'm not sharing that that referrals are a bad thing. I'm just sharing that video multiplies the referrals rather than replacing them. Right? Matter of fact, visibility, the more that people are able to see you, visibility builds value. It's, if you think about Walter Cronkite or Larry King or Oprah, a lot of the people that you've seen on TV, you didn't just trust them after one. You didn't just trust them after two. You didn't just trust them after seeing them on TV 3 times. It took years. It took time after time after time. Seeing them showing up consistently in the same place at the same time, delivering consistently good content and information. And after a while, you're like, oh, I have some level or some measure of trust for this person, right? So your visibility, the more that people can see you, the more that people see you sharing value, the more that people see you sharing content, is the more that it builds value. Visibility builds value, right? So here's, again, why video is an important piece of that. People see you, but if you've got to sleep, then they won't see you. If you got to sleep, then people won't see you, at least if you're doing things in person. So video is like your 24/7 ambassador. Video makes you visible even when you're invisible. Video makes you visible even when you are sleeping or when you are serving the clients that your referrals brought in. All right. So I want to share with you, and we are moving through time again. It's Friday. It's a little bit later. I want to share with you 3 ways I believe that video, or 3 actions you can take to amplify your referrals through video. So let me go back to my screen here and pull these off of the screen. If my systems would work properly today. Come on, systems. It's all right. We're going to make it through this, y'all. We're going to make this through. Make it through this and all right. So, number 1, excuse me for a second. Y'all, let's make this happen. All right, cool. We got that on screen. Number 1, video can help you to amplify your referral. Number 1, you can record client story videos. You've worked with a client, you've done good work, you've walked through a journey with them. If you have a phone, which I'm pretty sure you do, and you're capturing content throughout the journey, you're capturing your first conversation. If you are a real estate person, the first time that you viewed a house and went into the title, and then you talk about the journey. Say, you know what, Rob worked really good with me, or enjoyed the Robert because blah, 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 blah. I felt this way. That is a client. And it doesn't have to be long. It can be a where you share the wins in that video. And it doesn't even have to be you capturing B-roll and walking with them through the entire thing. It can be simply you telling their story through your perspective. Okay, so record a client story video. Number 2, you can build a referral nurture loop. Sean says, I got to press the hoochie majigger. Yes, something like that. Thank you, Sean. All right. A referral nurture loop. So what do I mean by that? You can use video in your follow-up emails. I shared this on Tuesday, I believe. And you can have a nurture video inside of your follow-up email that simply says, hey, if you know someone who needs X, feel free to pass this along. Or you can include those links in your signature or on your website. And you can literally create a link that says, here's all right way to connection, what adding that information in to already sharing is just another way, layer of trust. See if we can make this work today. Wow, that came up. Helped video via who you have helped. Okay, well, how is that different than a client story video? Well, maybe if you're in the real estate space, you work with first-time home buyers. So in the first one, you're just sharing that you worked with people, but now you're specifically talking to a specific client type. I work with first-time home buyers, and you can share, or you can get people who have been in that position to do testimonials, or you can just do videos on them. So if that in that 60-second video, that 2-minute video, you can share who you serve and how you solve problems. Make it easy for people to understand what problem you specifically solve and who you specifically solve it for. Okay, so these are 3 simple videos that you can make that don't require you to always simply depend on your clients to refer you. Okay. So I really believe that video is one of the best ways to, it's one of the ways that you can, you are sleeping. So if or a service-based business and you're not doing video, I believe to create impact, a great opportunity, transformation. I believe opportunity to create. Who are your potential clients? Yeah. Yeah. So listen, I want to go deeper in this, and I'm going to go deeper on this if you join me on Sunday in the Amplify Your Voice with Video Challenge. So if you want to take your voice and video game from maybe to money making, this is your last call.